Fragile X is caused by a gene mutation where the X chromosome lengthens. The X chromosome is one of two which determines a person's gender. If you're a female, you have two X chromosomes, while males have one X and one Y. The gene is responsible for producing a protein which is vital for normal brain development. In unaffected people, it repeats between 6 and 50 times. If it repeats between 50 and 200 times, that person will have what is called a Fragile X premutation, and they will be a carrier. More than 200 repeats results in Fragile X. This is because the protein development has been switched off and normal brain development cannot occur. The Fragile X gene can be passed down through generations. Because girls inherit an X chromosome from their father, if he is a carrier, they will inherit the affected gene. Male carriers can't pass the affected gene on to their sons because they inherit their X chromosome from their mother. Because females have two X chromosomes and pass one on to each child, there's a 50% chance that they will pass the gene on to their children. If they get an affected gene, that child will either be a carrier, or if it mutates more than 200 times, will have Fragile X. These graphics are from the Fragile X Association of Australia. There are some typical features, but some of these may not be present in all people and some might be subtle.
These can include a long narrow face, high palate, prominent ears, chin or jaw and high forehead.
Motor skill delays are common. These can include fine motor skill delays and gross motor skill delays. Students may develop these skills later than they typically develop in peers. Collaboration with a physio or OT is essential to ensure the implementation of a physical management plan and program to support the student's needs.
Cognitive functioning can range from slight learning difficulties to mild, moderate and severe intellectual disabilities. Strategies such as systematic and explicit instruction, task analysis and graphic organisers can be used to support learning.
Speech and communication delays are also prevalent. Students often have a weakness in auditory processing and expressive communication. Work with the student's speech pathologist to ensure that they have a means of communication and build on their strengths.
Mental health diagnoses including ADHD, OCD, anxiety and aggression are common. It may be necessary to complete functional behaviour assessments and create risk management and behaviour support plans to support these characteristics and behaviours.
Hey Ali, did you know that Fragile X syndrome is the most common known cause of autism spectrum disorder?
Really? So what if a student gets diagnosed with ASD and they find out later they have FXS? Do they lose their ASD diagnosis?
No, they still have a diagnosis of both FXS and ASD. They just know for sure that the Fragile X syndrome is what has caused their autism.
So do all students who have Fragile X definitely have ASD too?
Not necessarily, but it is really common for students with Fragile X to display characteristics of autism even if they don't meet the criteria for an official ASD diagnosis.
So then many of the strategies we use to support students with ASD would be good for students with FXS.
Exactly, they would.
Great, here are some examples. Use of visual supports and schedules. Explicit teaching of social skills through strategies such as social stories and power cards, and embedded strategies to support varying sensory needs.
Thanks for watching. Are there any questions?